against the Loud 3-0 so far on this stage.
A composition that comes kind of, mainly from the coaches, seeing a lot of the scrims and action on stage not go the way that they were practicing. So the coaches said, we're doing this. We're going to put something else in the mix. And it seems like the team really took to it. And also, 100 Thieves taking towards this B side as they're going to attempt the stronghold site. Looks like that 0 point might get them to walk away, but more so, they wanted that alt orb for Asuna.
Really looked like they had a good read at the start here for Loud too. Everybody's already concentrated towards this B site, and the play style for 100 Thieves, if you've been watching it ever since they demonstrated this triple slice, was that it's always been very slow on their attack side. They're waiting for that mid-round push coming out from the defensive side so they could try to punish it right away. So you're always going to condition this mid-smoke at the beginning, at the 1 minute mark, and see who's going to be pushing out of this. And you can already see Loud reacting to that. They want to fight through the smoke, which now gives a gap for 100 Thieves to full exit into an open B site.
Flipping the map a little bit from the defensive side for this B site specifically, and now it's going to be a full tunnel retake. I don't think anybody breaks off elbow, and they want to pressure already. They do not want to give time to plant. They don't even know how many 100 Thieves members are hiding, but there's going to be a bunch. Absolutely lighting up the kill feed here, and Loud is left wondering how so much space was taken so quietly. It's only going to be Kawanzine here to walk this one in and see if he can even do some damage, but what a nice little strat from 100 Thieves to start off.
Yeah, a 4 versus 1 now. Kawanzine maybe could do some damage, but you're in a prime position now for 100 Thieves to convert a big pistol round to start on Breeze. I like the idea, though, of what Loud had. As soon as you started pivoting towards this B side for 100 Thieves, the wall came up to stall from the side of Loud. The only thing, though, is when we pop flash into the pillar, only one kind of really ran forward into it, trying to bait out util, but at the same time, the rest were still stuck behind that high tide and couldn't really follow up for trades. And 100 Thieves, they kind of had an open space. Felt like maybe none of them really got affected by that flash thrown by Darker in the first place, which now puts Loud into an eco for this round. All classics in another walk down attempt, potentially even trying to contest through this mid-smoke one more time.
Trying to just source out everything they can on the map before moving. A nice little default here, and they're right to do so as Loud is just on the other side of this mid-smoke. It looks like they'll listen for anything that can clue them into what would be the more advantage play.
And it's simple, right? They just are playing a 2-2-1. They have a camera watching the elbow, so everything's really covered for 100 Thieves. It really comes down to that who's going to make that first step, and you're seeing here from 100 Thieves' camp that nothing has been thrown since the beginning of this round, so you still have to play prudently as they drone into the site. Then they'll realize here, okay, it's open. It's free for us to take. It's really up to now, this time, Asuna, who's stranded with only a ghost to be trying to cut the rotates, which is fine to leave him alone there, too. He's going to be able to pick up an orb. A kill would be perfect on top of that, which would then give them a really big bonus round with an ult.
Oh, hello. Probably gave him a bit of a jump scare, but now 100 Thieves knows basically where Loud is going to be coming from. They were sourcing the far extremities of the map, so 100 Thieves is pushed through.
Here.
Cryo looking to grab some orbs, maybe even feed a few more over to somebody that would get really big ult out of it. And there you go, Timotino with 3 quick ones on a Guardian.
Yeah, Outlaw actually, Colette with the first one too, but it's not an easy thing to do to try to 3-2-1 swing against that a bit, right? When it's a full lane covered up, 100 Thieves, I mean, at this point, that should have been a call for whoever was at spawn. I think it was Luke's show to say, look, they're already flipping the site. They're pushing out towards the spawn. Be careful when we're trying to swing through at this side, but I guess they just wanted to count the power of numbers to maybe try to get this trade onto Timotino, but he gets no lick of damage and just easy triple. Puts him halfway into the overdrive. And that's what we're talking about, right? A big bonus round for 100 Thieves. An extra orb would have been nice here for Asuna, but they're going to have to fight for it this time around to get the ult ready. If you're looking from Loud, though, they're not looking to contest really deep into those extremities to try to deny the orb.
A little bouncer. No, straight in. And they knew somebody would try to hide in it. Very nicely cleaned up on the protocol. 100 Thieves are going to go ahead and wait, cut some noise, and see if they get anything on the other side of the map for Cryo here.
And you can see how they're positioned as well for Loud. They want to get the 2 controllers over on the A side so they can play the stall as much as they can. I guess getting this high tide a little bit too early, though, in the mid-round, it's going to be a little bit harder for Loud to play the retake if they're going to get flooded here behind the ult. So let's see how they react after once it takes site control, as looks like the run it back is going to be engaged towards this A site.
Following the drone in two, using that slice of each and every direction. Oh, takes out Airday's knees as he tries to hide in the smoke. That early damage from pushing forward pays off. And now they're going to try to sink a little bit more into Verdi here too. Hiding, trying to just work within the site right now, but Verdi's able to source one out. Slowly coming in as Kawazine, as Loud starts to get a little bit of a stranglehold on who's in sight, but it's what's out of sight still. Cryo ready to repair anything that goes wrong, but it looks like Loud cannot get any more out of this. 100 Thieves grab their bonus.
I think they're slowly realizing too that this slow playstyle for 100 Thieves, again, double duelist in a harbor, is still fairly slow. And now when you're trying to block lanes, preventing your opponents to go for a split into the A site, but putting the high town in the middle, they're still doing that with zero information of what's happening into the mid round here for 100 Thieves. So giving a little bit too much space, too much respect as well into a bonus round for 100 Thieves is going to hurt, because that puts them back in an ecos, which we haven't seen yet here for that last round. We saw that they also stayed on that site for both Luke Show and Airday.
Yeah.
And they kind of paid the price for that because there was no util to help out the other three players rotating across.
I feel like it's exceptionally hard to pry any kind of location back from 100 Thieves once they do take it. You're just going to eat flashes or have walls to delay you here. So everything Loud does once they get guns back in their round has to have a real end game and a win condition to it.
Yeah. And this I like, though. This is, even though it's an eco round for Loud, they walked down through mid, they disrespected their own smoke, no pressure coming in on Luke Show. They realize a trip on the B side too, so they're slowly figuring out the setups as well for 100 Thieves in these plays.
Spike down A.
Cross map trades. As they're still pushing in. Timotino grabbing some solo space here as the rest of the site feels pressured for Loud, so they don't know where to look. And yeah, more members of 100 Thieves are creeping in as we get the mid fight between Airday and Cryo.
Wow.
And the Bandit comes up big for Loud there, as well as Darker in sight. A glimpse of hope there for Loud on a lower buy round to do a good bit of damage, and they've already tacked on quite a bit to 100 Thieves.
So what we're talking about, right? The double push towards the B side. They walk down towards middle. There's no pressure coming through. You know the hit's coming towards the A site, so they still have the right numbers, and they did some impressive damage onto the players of 100 Thieves, allowing now Airday a position, an opportunity to maybe clutch here. Still has bubbles to work with. Still has a full kit pretty much on a 1v2.
Ships in the night, literally just missing each other. It's still going to be a C there, and there's Bang coming up from behind. Nice play across the A site for 100 Thieves to solidify another round.
They go and explore. They saw that guy towards spawn. They also saw the guy towards window. Probably realizing too that 100 Thieves are playing a lot of 4-1s or a lot of 3-1-1s just to give an opportunity here for Cryo to continue to go for very late lurks. Cryo so far, from what I've seen for 100 Thieves too, when they're playing these attack signs, he's not really the type of Senti that's going to try to find timings and add pressure and keep players at bay. He's just trying to find better timings to backstab. So it really comes down to the other four players to really create that space and make the noise to allow somebody like Cryo to activate.
So this should be the round that Loud's timeout was for on how to stop what's going to happen here.
And it's an op.
Op is out for Verdi in round 5. They know it. It's actually quite Loud right out of B here. And Bang's going to start to deter from that site over towards A. Here comes the hit from 100 Thieves. And Airday is forced to dance back and forth. He's going to get a few partners soon for this one, but he keeps it quiet. Slowly moving through. One kill would at least be huge here, but he can keep him delayed from planting the spike is also big, and Cryo quickly finalizes 2 of them in sight to make it easier for 100 Thieves.
And beautiful too. Cryo's in on the action, but they're trying to push back for Loud.
Verdi up, Kawazine under, and they're going to try to make this play together. 2 of them going in sight. Here's the Bash brothers.
Asana from Bang.
Playing slowly. The operator fires out. You're still going to have Asana, as you said, from the other side with Bang. Oh, they're just playing it slow. Trying to get the same peak on the same side, but the angles aren't there. And Loud is going to be able to get their first round as Verdi walks it out so Kawazine can have time to plant there. They really push to get that round back in their favor.
A little bit of a mistake too. Bang's Reckoning actually hit Asana, who backpedals thinking that he's still safe between the pyramids, but backpedals out in the open. He gets easily taken down, allowing Verdi to get huge success in that last round. That's 2 op kills, 1 Blade Storm kill. And a conversion that works well for their side for sure, because it looked like it was in the back pocket for 100 Thieves in that full plant. You saw, too, how they started. They played a 4-1, but this time Cryo's going with the team. The Lurker's going to be Bang. So now 100 Thieves changing their play style a little bit, too, on trying to figure out who's going to be in what moment. That pressure from the backstab.
Don't set.
It's a nice try, too, for that walk down from Darker at the beginning of Elbow, but he didn't break that camera on that spot. So for the Thieves, they could still comfortably hold their slow position just to get orb control once again, allowing Asuna already to get his second ult going into this half. Remember, they were joking around here at the desk that Timotino kept popping ults for no reason here. Maybe that's why they gave it to Asuna. Having that experience in the past, yeah.
You could still get that ult this round too. A quick dart alerts Loud that there could be some action at B, and it's going to be the full hit. And Salvo coming in from the side of 100 Thieves. And yeah, Timotino does actually throw the ultimate down here. One off a null command would be a big activation for the side of Loud if they can get a kill onto that. And already 2 kills are going to help shut down the site. Darker as well puts another one on top of this as they look to put the icing on the cake with just 2 more of Cryo and Bang. Sunk just behind these walls. Cryo coming from mid.
Cage triggered.
Erode knows, but what can he do? He's going to make noise. Cryo gets the sound cue, but he's not able to turn it. Now it's Bang alive in sight. The shot comes in, and Bang's able to dodge the shot from Birdie. A 3K for Bang and another round for 100 Thieves.
What a big round for those 2 players of both Bang and Cryo. It started off so well for Loud. Everything was being stalled. Every ult was stopped by Kawadzin until Kawadzin himself, the hero of that round, makes the mistake of walking through the high tide and challenging a 1v1 with no possibility to trade for his teammates. And he gave so many duels away. Loud was just not coordinated fighting into that. And you could see both Romanilli and Bati in the background disappointed with the results of that round. And to see somebody that's been so hyped up as well, has been playing so well.
My eyes are down.
For Luke Show is still currently 0-6, not unfortunately being able to be there with the fight with his team, probably because of this controller role of Harbor. He has to be a little bit further back. He has to throw these walls up. He can't be with the fight yet. But that shouldn't have been around there, lost by Loud, and that's going to hurt them a bit, and that's the momentum back in favor of 100 Thieves. And they're going back to that slow round. They know the economy for Loud is still quite low, so they're expecting some sort of hero play. So far, the hero is only Erde and Verdi with these rifles.
Yeah, just get a little bit of that reset back, but still some time or econ to buy. Erde makes quick work of Asuna there, really making the Vandal work if they can try to get on a few more of these weapons. Bang trades back. Still covered on the cove. They're going to be sliding through for the kills for Timotino. A little bit of a duo in mid as Erde still looks to get under the skin here. Can he be in that timing? And only for 1. 100 Thieves is able to trade it back immediately as now Luke Show, like you said, in this position of being on the other side or playing off on those smokes, is forced to go versus 3 members now. Gunned up on 100 Thieves.
Well, who better than Luke Show to go into the clutches? Currently 3rd. Any amount of clutches he could do, but not this time. Not when Timotino's sliding across. It started off pretty decently, too, with one of the rifles getting value at the beginning of the round.
Yep.
Already trying to go for that surprise play in the beginning, but you're already ready for that. He's already peaked the first time around. That they expect something to come out here. 100 Thieves, that is.
One enemy remaining.
So the pop flash comes out, and even when Verdi comes out, you already have a crossfire setup. The element of surprise is already gone, and I feel like you have to give it up.
The second timeout from Loud comes out immediately. We saw Romanilli.
But if you're going to lose it in this type of fashion so far, one sign for 100 Thieves, it's not going to look good going into split. So hopefully this timeout will come into fruition, as it's already there 2 timeouts burnt this map.
Around 100 Thieves, one of the quickest we've seen, and it's really just kind of tempting mid to start. A back and forth with Kawadzin, and Timotino is quite low here, so if Loud play this one right, you usually have the upper hand and just play some angles before the sights are hit. That's going to be tough now. Sourced out. Going to have to run around a little bit as 100 Thieves formulate a new plan with this information.
Really nice, too, that there's a small gap that they could utilize here towards this A site, and it's just to pull out the rotate so that they could split into B. A 2-2 split with the Reckoning, yep.
Oh, back and forth. They're going to trade ultimates on this. circumvented there. 100 Thieves is getting into the site. It's going to be a peek here from Darker, trying to phase 2, coming out of tunnel, and he gets taken from B main. Cryo just wasn't ready for the peek, a little disjointed there, but still holding. Cryo and the rest of the team push forward. Erday's there, and Darker is going to be going down soon here as they get the situation back online.
Last player standing.
Has a chance to play the 1v1, especially when Vora didn't book it to try to res his teammate. It's fair because you don't know where the rotate's coming from here from Erday. He's playing A site, could rotate from anywhere. So play your 1v1, you have the Hunter's Fury as well for Vora. Cosmic Divide as well for Erday.
I need to stop.
And just like that, sprinting around the map kind of just messes with the timing enough. Erday gets the shot on Vora trying to get in a position.
Yeah, and I think it's nice here for Erday to come through the spawn too. When you already had the null command looking as a camera as Darker gets dropped.
Yeah.
Verdi's pushing forward. He already lost his duel. He already lost his battle. So why not attempt a late third rotate from the back arches, and it pays dividends because he gets the backstab there onto the 1v1 on Vora. IGL versus IGL, and Erday's trying to bring that momentum back here in the camp of Loud.
Checking the situation.
Back to mid. It seems like 100 Thieves know they can find a fight right here to make it a 5v4 in their favor. Most of the time, that is.
Just a win con for Verdi with the op, not enough to afford one, so he's going to play this solo with a Vandal. Dangerous spot to be, especially again when we talk about the conditioning of that smoke at middle, right over there. You're not allowing here these two players on middle to really set up that crossfire, so good on the fallback, but the high tide already comes up.
It's a big poke towards A. Timotino actually going very far forward to make it feel like it's a true hit and see what he can rustle out of the side of Loud. It's going to be a drone, a bit of movement as well on the other side that they aren't privy to just yet. It looks like Loud responds pretty nice and calm to this, though.
Yeah, they'll just play numbers. They realized here that there was a lot of pressure coming in from middle in the first place for 100 Thieves. I'm pretty sure Asa tried to pop flash and try to get the battle on top of window and lost it to Verdi. So that's a big duel for that duelist on Loud side. And then they realized here, because we have to forfeit already, double doors, top middle, let's just play our numbers into a 2-2 setup or a 3-2. And then now finally at the minute mark, they're moving around to try to find the info, but mostly reactively. Wouldn't be surprised here if Lucio's going to get challenge shot. He just pops the smoke and tries to play around it to try to get one.
This is usually Erday's spot. They kind of switch back and forth with how deep they're playing in the site, but now, I've seen Lucio play around some anchors here. It'll be cool if he can hold it. There's one. He's actually just going to be able to sit on the Astra smoke for now to still use his for safety. Cowanzine clears the path, so it won't be too hard to defend the site. And Lucio's still there hiding in the shadows for one on Timotino. It's been so much harder for 100 Thieves to find the members of Loud getting in this time. They have to feel uncomfortable doing this plant right in the middle of the pyramids.
Thankfully, using Lucio's Cove to plant it there. But bingo's called. They know where the last two players of 100 Thieves are at, so Loud can start closing in.
Last player standing.
Quick shots. Leaves Bang alone. Leaves Bang alive, though. These three are going to close down quite fast, and Loud should be able to capitalize another round. 2-6 as they creep back up here to try and tie the first half.
You definitely hear it
and
here.
now 3.
Yep. Now 3, and also Loud being literally loud. To hear him through my headphones, so clawing back into this fight. Great positioning coming out from leveraging the Hunter's Fury from Cowanzine and Lucio, using the disruption to play inside the smoke to take players down. I gotta say, a silent killer so far for Loud has been Verdi. He's been doing a pretty good job so far. Being a
It can't be understated. All right, where do they go now?
And Verdi also mentioned that he's definitely going to be activating in the playoffs, so my eyes are definitely on him to pay attention now to the series.
Enemy tag.
Cowanzine realizes that, only one person breaking that drone, but he does have a feeling that there's more players behind that, so already giving up that spot and getting ready to go for the outlaw shots.
A little bit of a regular textbook A hit. Flying in with the Sheriffs. That's not textbook, though. That's going to be painful for Lucio. And it looks like Cowanzine wants to hide before he gets any help. Austin is not going to allow that to happen. Sources his position immediately at the back of sight. And now 100 Thieves know they can maybe sit back. They're maybe giving up too much space here, but they'll be able to hold off double.
It's a huge kill by Austin on an opener, too. I mean, everything's converted perfectly now for 100 Thieves.
Wait a minute.
How to get a Thrifty flawless?
Thrifty flawless? That's actually ridiculous from 100 Thieves, especially after we're praising Loud for these rounds. They look so clean, pulling it back in their favor. Here comes the string of rounds. 100 Thieves says no.
One of those days, unfortunately, when you feel like you could take duels against players and you're just losing them, right? Remember, Asana's this kill. It's a Sheriff against a Rifle, and it's Luke Show on top of that. You have to respect somebody like Luke Show and give him that free pass that if he wants to take that duel, let him take that duel, because 9 times out of 10, he should win those. Unfortunately, it's the 1 out of 10, which gives the value off the ult from Asana, and he gets 2 kills out of that in an open site for 100 Thieves to convert the Thrifty, sorry. That's huge. Putting now their ults into their favor to convert into a round, and that breaks the back for Loud again on a defense. Not money-wise, but
yeah, Verdi throws a gun down just so they can get another one in the hands and use blades. So they're trying to source different ways to keep the economy right as 100 Thieves keep the pressure on from the attack side on Loud's pick of Breeze.
They're giving a lot of space if you're looking at this, right? This drone clears down towards the A side at the orb at the minute mark. He sees nothing because all of 100 Thieves were all congregated, still holding outside of the staircase. So this is false info right now to keep the 3 players planted over on the B side. So the surprise pop now with the triple slice, it's going to probably do damage now.
Who gets cut first is the question. Timotino actually feeling pressured here as he just gets blindsided by Luke Show there. And nobody's ready to source out the next kill just yet. Once these wall drops, who's going to be the quickest to the shot? Crosshairs are placed. Everyone is ready. The swing comes from 4 to start things off. Verdi out of daggers, down to the gun, and it's a bad timing as the Uso switches. 100 Thieves just continue to walk through the defense. But Loud Airday still here, the prophecy, as they say. Can he make it happen? It's something that needs to happen. The 7-5 would look so much better, especially what Loud's been through on this first half. 8 bullets ready for 2 members. Vor and Asana both fragging out so far. Oh, it's going to be Asana as Airday looks away to claim the kill in another round for 100 Thieves.
I just love the stall and the hold for 100 Thieves, too, under that pressure. Because, again, you look at their composition. When you're seeing that they're conditioning the orbs at the very beginning with the Harbor, there's no orb to really follow up after a high tide, the slice, and a neon wall. So as they have no utility to really cross at the site to plant, they just hold their position. They hold behind Crab. They hold behind Shrimp. They're now waiting for Loud to react on it until Vora swings out, gets a first pick, but gets info for the rest of the players to really move around and really put Loud on their back foot and force these errors out and convert another round. Last round now of the half here, and you got some big ults to work with for 100 Thieves to start entering towards this B site, the Reckoning, to take a lot of this space.
Oh, here it is, sliced and diced. Bora's going to instantly find Airday very close. Makes it a little bit hard to get the smokes they need to get back into sight, or I'd say even have any utility to get back into sight, because 100 Thieves take down 3 members of Loud. In the blink of an eye, there is the 4th. If you blinked again, you missed it. And it's just Kawanzine left. He falls 9-3. Another flawless here for 100 Thieves to end the first half.
The good old 4-1, and this time not needing the Reckoning to get into the site either. Just a high tide and also a neon wall with a recon dart. Got so much value for easy kills through all of these walls. A great start for 100 Thieves, and hopefully Loud can turn this around here in the second half.
We'll be right back after this with the second half of Breeze between Loud and 100 Thieves. Don't go anywhere.
Just preventing players from really getting not only drones that are deep from spawn, but also getting good value of fighting back for the orb space. But Loud looks like they want to pressure that right away. They recognize here that there's always a start on this side, and they want to fight it.
Answer to the drone. Oh, that was very heady. Knowing the dart's going to make him want to find the identification ping. Just flash right into it. Here's the push now from Loud, trying to attack on different fronts, knowing that A-main gets a little tougher. And they just get right through mid. Nice little audible there to get themselves the space they need. And they're not going to stop Vans. Yeah. They're flipping it. That's
going to be Cryo now tested on the top middle. Ooh. But the thing is, that even if they get the pick and they're trying to run across, the Neon's already there with Asana. They're low HP.
A little bit of a committal there. Airday peeking out quite far. The Spike's going to be able to go around archways here. And yeah, Luke Show gets a punish. A quick backstab on Asana, rotating over.
But his pick now onto top middle forces this rotate back from Bang onto the A site. So now you're just isolated on different spots, giving a huge value for the walk around, the wrap around of ladder onto Timotino.
Nice kill.
30 seconds left.
Just simply playing in the minds of 100 Thieves this round. 100 Thieves come in with quite a better pistol rate on this. It's like Loud's gonna try to change that. Wait a minute. Bang with the ghost on pistol is always terrifying, but 10 HP, 10 HP. I don't know about that. Darker and Kalanzine will probably be hitting this shot together. Sheriff and a ghost to easily clean this up.
Yeah. Little shot to the knees, gonna take him down.
There it is.
Revealing area.
And it's a quick pivot coming in from Loud, though, on that pistol round. Because, again, it almost looked like, okay, well, they're fighting towards the A main. They know that the 100th Day start likes to go and control the A side orb. Yet, 3 of them still get caught by a beautiful flash from Asuna. So, to me, it just shows, okay, maybe they didn't really want, or didn't really have a plan to fight against what you really have for the Phoenix on the A main. But the auto call from Erde to pivot everybody instantly on middle, push through their own high tide and through the spawn was huge. When I realized now there was, what, 2-3 players fighting against them. I'll try it again. Keep conditioning it right now because you've won that pistol round. Why not try to make sure that you disrespect 100 Thieves' position?
Hearing the orb go down, Loud push right into it. Nice little trap play here to get A main control. And this should be a cleanup of Vora. Teamwork on both of these last rounds has really been the key for Loud, just being sure and confident around each other to hit the shots. I'd say Timotino got that confidence out of one of his own. Nice little right click there. Actually put some damage down onto Darker. The sneaky Cryo. Oh, Cry, he would be able to get one. Luke Show ends that reign of terror, 9-5 as they get their first 2. The bonus is going to be big, though. This is going to be the lock-in. The pressure on this round is big for Loud to be able to come back.
Surprising, too, though, that you give the Outlaw to Kalanzine. Yes, he's been sniping a lot here, or at least a little bit on the first half, but Verdi's playing a Jet. He could actually dash away. He's been pretty good with the op on that first half. But you see that plan, what we were talking about, trying to convert back against the push here from 100 Thieves. They at least have that plan into if you're dropping an orb and you're shielding that up to try to get the orb for Asuna, just pop flash through there and get your Outlaw in. And put Kalanzine closer to the ult.
Instantly tempting something every time. Louder into A, the 10 seconds into the round. And just hiding behind the walls, that's the only solace they have right now. Bang uses it accordingly, and Asuna is still in the face of the entry position on A main. Quickly shutting down the members of Loud here with just Erde and Darker, the Bulldogs to bite back on this round.
I don't like how that was drafted up, but we'll hold that thought because right now, Loud is still trying to make a play.
A little noise made. And that's just Vora Sora seeing the information he needs, but Erde is able to turn the tables on this. The moment Darker goes for the spike, and they're wondering, wait, one's still deep in sight. Timotino uses that to get a kill for himself. 10-5 now, as the bonus is shut down for Loud.
Yeah, so like I said, Loud kept working towards this A side, and they went 1-for-1 pretty much from pistol round to a second round where they won that fight into the A main control. And then they go for the full exit by having Verdi dashed into Crab, which was perfect. But the thing is, usually you'd like to see a pop flash from a KO towards the back of the site so that Verdi could get even more space, because now at that point you can't escape anymore. You already used your dash. So he's pretty much at a position where he has to play a one and done and hopefully take 1 or 2 with him. But both the KO and the Astra are walk contact into mid, where there's no star and util to support Verdi on site, which doesn't give you the best map control onto your exec, and that allowed 100 Thieves to have such a clean hold, and now 3 rounds away of closing out the first map. Louder playing the walk game again, and he realized here on the side of 100 Thieves from the drone of Vora that there's just a potential 1-3-1 setup or a 3-2 setup somewhere across the map.
And if you're a Loud fan, you're hoping this is we have something prepared for split map, right? Because then they go to 100 Thieves historical map for them. So got to get that momentum now. Got to find what's starting to work here in Breeze. Slowly working mid. I mean, given this space, they just got to be able to activate off it.
Yeah.
And they back up. They actually lose the B main space too, as Timotino takes some time of his own to take a walk down there. And he's still going to draw them in. They think maybe if Timo's pushing, it might be only one other person guarding him, but it's going to be the majority of the squad here waiting.
You got the numbers. Util 2 to break the util from the cryo in the site.
All of them taking quite a back line here. Push on the other side of the map as Eride is finding space, but not safe space. This is going to be tough. And they're clearing with the Cypher Cam too, so it's going to be an easy move for 100 Thieves to get into position. Nice shutdown on the run it back though by Eride.
10 seconds left.
Got to save. There's 6 seconds left. He hasn't even made it to the site.
Not even close. They still have to run all the way to grab into the pillars. So Loud just get mixed up on this one as 100 Thieves don't show them enough to even get the kills, and they don't feel comfortable taking any of the sites for enough time to plant.
Yeah, way too timid there for Loud. After they got spotted by the drone, there was really no second layer of what to try to do. I guess they were trying to walk back down towards the elbow to get the front A main control, or B main control, sorry. But Timotino just finds his time and gets that pick, and that just really thwarts the whole plan that you have at the very beginning.
It's kind of crazy. You have like Eride all the way in A taking down, run it back starts, and still you're not in a position to play. It's like trying to do too many things at once. Not activating on them for Loud here.
Yeah, he felt he had the timing too, but
he did, yeah.
With Bang's position on that right side, never cleared out, it was going to be game over from the beginning when he thought he had the timing.
Bang anchoring when? Show me.
Yeah,
always,
exactly.
Always anchoring. You have to expect Bang to still be there. Timotino gets this one started. A pop flash for Darker. The 100 Thieves was more than ready for. Seemed like it might not have fully cleared the wall from the position of the harbor wall too.
Felt like he hit one for 142 through that wall. That's crazy.
One enemy remaining.
Oh. Just back and forth. Verdi now is going to have to swing something amazing if he wants to pull this one. Cryo is more than ready. That's going to be a game point for first map here coming out 100 Thieves with this defuse. 12-5 scoreline onto Loud.
Yeah, been very annoying to deal with right now for Loud on the attack side is Timotino. Pretty much the only one fighting the forward lines and getting great value out of it.
Backing up immediately too. Yep. Almost backpedaling while he's getting the kills, so you can't even find a trade. Jeez.
That's unfortunate too. Romanilli's realizing here that there's no way for him to talk to his team either. Already burned both timeouts in the first half, and really it comes down to a rookie IGL on the stage right now for Eride to really call the rest now for the team, and the veterancy of Kawadzina to step up as well to be vocal and figure out something against this 100 Thieves setup.
Zerg denial, no rushing into A main or trying to get onto that alt point.
And that's what was missing for the first couple of rounds when they're trying to fight for orb control. They always usually throw that hot hands before, and now they have to confirm it to get the easy orb for Asuna and get the ult up ASAP.
2-3 split. Talking about textbook things, here's one of them. Hitting from both sides, and that util in. Timotino again steps forward, sees one, is going to be thwarted that time, gets taken down. But Fora again from tunnel finds two in a round where he just pops out of nowhere, and not even Loud is expecting it. The finishing touches here possibly from Vora as well. A third kill on the round, a 13-5 scoreline. 100 Thieves will take Breeze.
A great start for 100 Thieves as well going into the series too. Remember, an elimination game where you're looking at a team for 100 Thieves that...
Hopping into the game, and it has to be quick from Loud. Or at least make 100 Thieves feel pressured off the bat, because they, just like Josh, will identify what you're doing wrong and punish for sure. Looks like they're going to have everything about mid for 100 Thieves, and this will give Loud time to set up. Is this a push forward moment? And Luke Shaw already gets taken out. Louder down, so they're going to figure, yeah, we're getting pushed. They leave site alone, which actually could get dropped on right now if the timing is correct, and they split 2-2 to try to make this happen.
Pushing spot is huge, though. Util to stall at the same time, paint shells, and Verdi for the contact.
You got to be ready for the util. They are.
Huge.
3 kills quick for Loud. Pistol rounds should be snapped up here. Pushing forward to give hugs. And that's Loud giving 100 Thieves a tough time on pistol. Only Luke Show goes down, and Loud activate very well around that info.
Yeah, that's just Luke Show calling it, right? They're walking down mid, they're playing contact. I spot them, I'm dead. So let's push. So they push for a full exec. It's open for them to take, but what I love too is that they're actually pushing towards spawn. Something that we haven't seen coming out here from Loud, at least when they're playing the defense here on Breeze previously, that they were giving up too much space. But now taking advantage of that. Also leveraging the double duelist to take the crossfire and trade. Allows Verdi to even get 2 kills on top of that, 3 on the board. Going into the pulse plan, a great pistol round start. 100 Thieves now are going to be on the back foot and having to guess around how Loud's going to approach this double duelist take.
Well, they know they can trade right away with Timatino, that's for sure. The raise isn't going to give you too much trouble utility-wise once you fly by it. And another B-site take here for Loud. Not closed in just yet. 100 Thieves aren't convinced it's the plant until they hear that. It's a setup. 2 Heaven, 3 coming in from Sand. Like the way Loud's covering each other. You got a little bit of help as well from Luke Show and B main if things go too crazy. So they got to be careful how much they're spamming these. 100 Thieves might take advantage of that. Looking to put 4 around Nubok's side and just swing into the site through this as the smoke drops. Nice cuts. The wall goes up to try and stop him from B main. That doesn't really help the cause too much. Loud is happy to see all these kills coming through without too much damage again for another round.
Really like it from Loud to not run into the smokes and try to fight. Usually you see a smoke and it's like, oh, smoke, gotta hop in it.
Yeah.
But thankfully they stayed behind. They knew here that there was gonna be a flood retake coming in from the side of 100 Thieves. Well, 2 options. Or you flood retake and fight, or you stay back in spawn and die to spike with these smokes, right? 100 Thieves decide to fight through it, and it's a good call for Loud to stay outside of range from pistols getting any value out of that. So they set up the perfect crossfire and also the 4-3-2-1-0 on the scoreboard for Loud on the kill feed.
And just getting the buys into Guardians, Bulldogs, like everybody just wanted that second round buy for Loud. And they knew they were going to be behind each other to cover the buys.
This round 2. A gun round for 100 Thieves. Slow orb thrown by Asuna, and some steps are being heard, so that instantly pulls Cryo onto the top so they could stall with util.
Be heavy sight. A lot of the util that you see coming in from Loud gets a big return on these tiny areas, but Asuna is able to get a huge return and then shut the door in the face of the rest of the members here of Loud.
Like I said, just that simple footstep of toes crunching on the ice at the entrance of the B side just got them full ready to util stall. Started off with the paranoia as well, and there was no chance for Loud to really cross into that B site. Still decent weapons that they could still do some damage with. Luke Show's just trying to find his timing. When this wall breaks in a couple of seconds here, he'll be in a 1v1, and also seeing that it's thawing up is calling Kawanzine to pull over with them as well, so they can open this B site together.
1 enemy remaining. 30 seconds left.
More than ready. Identify the last. Okay. Kawanzine taking down Cryo as he was playing with his food a little bit.
Realized that he had a stinger, so might as well play with the ghost better on the accuracy on the range. End of the day, though, it is still a clean round for 100 Thieves. You see what they purchase going into this round and having a couple of them at half shields too into the buy. You like here that 4 players stayed alive, so now you can fully upgrade going into the next round. Look at that, when you have players ready, the second slow orb comes out, paranoia, how can you cross this, right? So it's just little things too, but audible calls from those players throwing at util, especially Asuna, to get the team ready is what's important.
Able to punch back on another bonus. Loud had trouble getting themselves centered after this and balancing their game. Asuna's just going to stand right in the face of Verdi to go 1-1. Or 1v1, I should say, and still denies the site.
Good lurk kill, though.
Yeah, that's huge. Something else had to happen across the map here, so with Luke Show pressure on, he does deliver.
Everybody's leaning on that side too, but also is 100 Thieves. As soon as they throw the stage wall up, everybody went towards the A-ramp.
Insta-res. Right back into the game, and now Loud are going to try to rotate across the map again, knowing that Rez had to cross map, so maybe they can do it quicker, but now this is a forced hand, right?
Yep.
They don't know if they have the upper hand. They're still running into 2 members, and now a third one's going to get here. Asuna's ready to attack, finds another one in sight, and a possible 4th. If Kawanzine even chooses to peek, he's stuck in a smoke.
Dude.
He's back on 3 points, and he just res.
That's what I'm saying. Asuna's playing like he's a duelist. He's playing like he's Yoru. Because he gets a first kill on B main, rotates towards the A site, gets a res, and then comes back to B for another kill. That's just crazy.
Nutty stuff. The confidence 100 Thieves are
30
using right
seconds
now.
left.
But that's the thing, too, for Loud in that type of open. They wanted to disrespect the slow orb to get Verdi moving in solo towards that B line. But it's one of those moments, again, where there's not enough bodies or util to support your Verdi pushing forward. I would have liked to potentially see Erde maybe TP forward on top of that, so you're doubling 2 players to disrespect the orb, and then go for the trade, the slow orb, that is, and then try to go for the trade onto Austin, who was pretty much caught with his pants down at the open side there. And that really caused now Loud to really fully think of what to do from mid-round to late round, because you saw that Erde was staying towards that front side of B the whole time until they decided to go for the exit on A, got that shut down, and then he lost all the space that he gained in the first place at the entrance of the B site, so loses his timing to the fight right here against Asuna.
1 enemy remaining.
No, so as soon as Asuna threw that wall down, it was the run to the other side. I'll come res you. And then he gets back, wall perfectly is going down, ready for the fight. Like, the timing they have on that.
Quickly on the top of mid.
And Asuna is going to be there. He stopped him twice at the front of B main. One time standing there, right, to receive Verdi. The other one walled it. What's going to happen now in mid? All right, this has to be a kind of a turning point, I feel, for Loud. Beautiful paranoia. Targets hit. Still ready. And Bang covers. Asuna on the rope, and they're still able to just check down towards mid. They don't even seem pressured by this situation.
1 enemy remaining. Flawless.
And a flawless round. But like they read the play before it even happened, a flawless round. And it's not the first in this series for 100 Thieves. They keep coming up on these rounds.
I think that was a lower buy, too, that you saw here from the side of Loud, but nonetheless, the point still stands. If you're not going to make any noise towards that front B side, and you're already trying to pop towards that front side of middle, then slow orb's ready. Bang even TPs on the top of Raptors, and it allows for them to just hold down the push from Loud, the attempt to go for the aggro combinational play to try to take over B Heaven side, but that doesn't work like that.
Timotino brings out an op so they can slow down even more, but it's B, so they avoid the op. Loud's going to keep trying to get this B strat to go forward, and this part is part of the conditioning more so. They don't fully go on it, but do get 100 Thieves off their initial defensive positions.
It's free. You already see 4 rotating back towards the Heaven side because Bang has a forward line. He's out in the open. He sees the smoke, but nobody's contacting through that on the side of Loud. So that just keeps everybody primed up here for a potential mid-take, which is okay because Timotino had the forward line at the beginning with the op. He's trying to find that first pick. Now realizing that he's south side A, repositions himself to get this pick and allow for the rest of the team to rotate across.
And now he knows he's got the TP help from the shadows, able to clear one more, and he's got a smoke escape too to get out now as Bang picks up 2 quick ones in the shadows. This is crazy. 100 Thieves again right on the play instantly. 2 flawless rounds in a row. That's just different. That is absolutely different.
They're missing a lot of things here for Loud too. Even just the simple trying to cross over towards this A side. The timing of the wall comes down.
Yeah. I mean, they hooked the flash inside sight too, so it wouldn't have even cleared the operator before. It seems like they just tried the dry peek.
Go, go, go.
And I'll give them credit. Oh, wait, hold on. Is this going to work? No. At least he's able to fall back, but I'll give them credit, right, for Loud. They didn't know here that Timotino was pulling out an operator for this round.
Right.
Got caught potentially off guard, and now they're a little bit ready for that. Timotino readjusts into middle, and there's that punish.
Got to see the openers. Very big there. Yeah, like you said, Loud kind of realizing it, flashing this time, giving Verdi a bigger chance to be able to take down B main, and now leaving an insert here in Erde to take down Bang. And seeing how antsy 100 Thieves will get, this is the first time Loud's kind of receiving a bit of the information.
You see the importance of the first blood,
there
right?
It is.
As soon as you get an early first blood, you're playing a 4v5 on the opposition here for 100 Thieves. On the defense, usually you're trying to push up to find that information, maybe close some gaps so you could readjust a little bit better. And now that you're playing that slow default and you've baited out, and especially getting the first kill onto Timotino, it allows for you to just cut the rotates.
Ooh. Cryo ducking his head down a bit. Timing in mid favors Vora. They're going to split these two. I like throwing a flash up top to blind for one, but they are going to split Vora, so hopefully playing a misdirection there. They look for the escapes on this.
Right now you can see from both 100 Thieves players is just try to do damage.
Yeah.
You know they've invested so much from round after round to try to get rounds, so if you're able to get a lot on the exits and save the op, that's a
there it is.
Little W in the column there for 100 Thieves, a small win. Unfortunately, though, they weren't able to keep the second player alive with that. Cryo still looking for another pick. I mean, they could still afford another op in the next round, so why not?
Big round for Loud. Getting a round recognized, or 100 Thieves will kind of re-clear with people instead of util.
Ooh. Oh. Rare miss by Cryo.
It is going to be a nice round for them. Over towards B again, so they do get their kind of comfort sight back. And pick another round up to make it 3-4, still in favor of 100 Thieves.
It's a nice walk contact too, and a nice opener from Darker, who is playing his first raise now on the VCT stage. Third time overall, including this game. Usually you see him more as the initiator, flasher, KO, breach too in the history.
Supposed to be around to see what he can do. Ultimates up for Raze and for Neon, for Darker. And Verdi, and there's a showstopper to call the curtain down on Asuna. 100 Thieves are trying to defend this one. Let's see what Loud has for comms as they take the site.
Hamters não morreu.
Segura CT.
Curazinho depois.
CT de Alp. CT de Alp.
Cura depois.
Drone CT depois.
Close CT, close CT. Drone.
Sai, calma.
Spikes down. Last player
70
standing.
na Raze Alp.
Spike
Ele tem
down.
8.
É os dois.
Is dropped out in the open too.
Tava os dois, tá?
Ele teve.
Caralho, Vert, NT, viado.
Hit a nice try in the end though. Got to play a 1 versus 2, but man,
Just some good
you just sat into the plan when the nade was coming towards you.
It's tough. It's like everything was happening at that moment where you're like, if I could just get it down. And that's when 100 Thieves tries to retake.
But look at the reposition from Bang, just so nice. TP's onto the other side, gets the first pick, catches players off guard while they're getting slowed by the slow orb of Asuna, who lands that post-mortem, right? He ate a huge showstopper from Darker in the first place. But he was still useful. 16 under for Bang to stall here towards the B site. Now Loud going into 2 hero rifles, trying to disrupt the B main control. But they get stopped once again.
A little bit of noise, I think, made by Lucho as well to feign onto the right side of the map as B gets hit. Timotino completely eviscerates Kawazine and Erede as Darker tries to get a bit more space in the sight for the squad. They do get some positioning with the spikes on the wrong side. They could still get delayed here. There's time, but no. The delay comes from Verdi on 100 Thieves getting a defensive position.
Not bad too, though, picking up that operator. And now upgraded rifles. So this is actually looking pretty decent going into the 3v3. They know that they have the space. It's been slow for 100 Thieves. They're not flood retaking or trying to stall as fast as they want to, or they have been in the last couple of rounds. So now you get a safer plant. Now you're setting up here to see if you could close it out with the operator. Looking into the spawn first sign, but dropped by Vora.
Getting the res, double peeking off of this. Lucho trying to stay quiet. And they're already able to source a bit more out. They know they have to swing the boxes. Now Bang has the clear vision of back sight. They were sourced just by process of elimination, and 100 Thieves pull another round in their favor.
Yeah, you got to respect to the 2 players trying to make a play. That showstopper getting so much value, but Verdi walking towards the spawn, the wall contact with the op. I like that attempt. You have to try to go for it.
Yep.
And then the second one too, when the flash even misses, Lucho's not even blinded at all. But Asuna is just quicker on the trigger and gets that headshot. And there's just no chance right after when you're playing the 4v2 and then make that even a 4v1 after Lucho falls.
Looks like the war for B will be put on hold for a round as we head back over to A, but it could still end B depending here. Looks like Loud do want to commit on this. Straight into the pit. It's going to be interesting for Cryo to play. I think he can take down the Boombot without it kind of detecting his direction there. But it doesn't look like he wants to fully stay in and out to keep that gas line prep. You can see almost going out of integrity. Bush has to play it safe. That's such a tiny window to get funneled into spam, so he's got to get out. Ult goes down, and Loud actually do a great job of taking the space.
Agreed. Especially when Verdi moved on top of the ramp and broke the wall. 100 Thieves cannot be as quick or aggressive as they want to behind that wall or that pit. tight angle. Beautiful
Yeah.
shot.
Maybe if I could just, feels like the name of the game here for Loud. Maybe if I could just check this. Maybe if I could just, and it's not. 100 Thieves is around every corner to thwart these buys, to thwart the weapons. And 100 Thieves will grab a 7th round in their favor.
Dry peaks too this time around. It's worked maybe once so far when you're able to punish Timotino in middle, but trying to get this now into the heaven side. I feel like we're just missing too much
What's the
util.
peak there? You know the operator's going to have a shorty, right? That's just a dangerous, dangerous spot to be going after.
Or even if there's not an operator there in the first place, but you're trying to take that line. I mean, pop flash, satchel something, like,
Yeah.
can't really just walk
Dump
in
some
there.
util in.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Just moving fast.
Remember, 3rd time playing race.
It happens. It happens, okay? Still Timotino on line in mid with this operator. Maybe he's found out. Goes for the double, triple peek as he just tries to hatch a nade under everybody in Ramen. Luke Show, then infrequent, but still getting some kills on the right side of this map. It's how Loud uses it is what becomes important.
Yeah. Definitely need him to start getting freaky in the server. He's done a good job getting openers on these lurks.
Get some timing. Still going to be watched from heaven here. They can hear Vora actually running back and forth, so this is a huge clue in for Loud if they could make a play off of this and just take it slow for a moment.
Yeah, the dangerous part, though, is the walk back towards the ramp. Doesn't really know that it's an operator. He knows that somebody could be posted up towards the A ramp, but doesn't know that it's an op. So he's trying to find that timing. If he does get that backstab onto Timotino before this peak comes out towards A ramp, beautiful, you know, but...
Yep. There's one. Luke Shaw with such a good timing there, and it's the only reason Vora ran away is because Timo still had a line on long there. And that noise was crucial for Loud to make this decision. Beautifully called plant, and they should be able to just push off the last members of 100 Thieves here, but ooh, Vora actually attempts it. For another one. Okay, so now he's definitely going to wait for Cryo to come around. Clear for Cryo. A little bit of off-the-ball teamwork here so they can get an easy channel on both sides to keep Loud looking back and forth. As Vora misses a shot on air day, that's huge for Loud. Keep this round. There's another one from the IGL. Never missing on the end of these ones. 7-4 here as we come to the final round of the first half.
And those are the two players that they highlighted on the desk before going to the series, right? The two newcomers. Luke Shaw, maybe less of a rookie than he was, but he's still quite new onto the stage. And Erde making and putting value in that last map. Again, a nice little lurk opener. But what I like even more is that they identified that there are gaps, that there are still lanes that are not being covered, that they're unsure of, which is that A ramp. So Verdi goes for the jump peek on that Neon, baits out the shot, baits out a player, and that allows for that backstab to happen. So I love that type of timing to just punish Timotino here. But Timotino is punishing himself this round.
Haircuts for free in B main. Timotino backs off, work is, no, doesn't back off, starts pushing more even after the work is done. As Luke Shaw is trying to get into a pretty sneaky spot now. And it's just re-smoked. No real play to be made unless the util comes crashing through with the rest of the members of Loud, and that's going to be one. Almost a second one on the kill line for 100 Thieves. Yes, Cryo now makes it a third, and the fourth one for Cryo from Spawn. Or from B Heaven, I should say, to get that one 8-4 in the first half for 100 Thieves.
Too free as well, it's too readable.
Yeah.
Timotino gets the pick, they know the rotate's going to come back towards middle. I like the satchel across on the top of Darker, but there's lack of util again to try to fight for that top mid space. So another dominating half here for 100 Thieves moving into the second half of the second map.
So much confidence to just keep re-peaking 100.
But still quite slow when you're looking at the overall KDA of what Luke Shaw brings to the table usually throughout the stage number one. Into the playoffs now, a little bit slower. We're just hoping that he's able to activate now as they're starting the second half with Loud on the defense.
You're almost putting all the weight here on this pistol round for Loud. It seems to have that type of pressure, as they do get a bit of utility in the face of 100 Thieves first to stop an initial fast hit. And it looks like everybody's just really in a more than ready to rotate room or fight here for Loud.
And fighting is important for Loud with this composition too. Double duelists, remember. When you look at 100 Thieves, when you're going to stop and re-hit towards the B site, what do you really have to stall here for Loud? Really nothing. So if you fight first base, it's great. Right now, they're all walking down towards middle. If they go for a quad flank, that works. I'm down for that. Then you flood retake in the end.
Cryo finds them all. Kind of just like deja vu of the other round.
And Asuna walled down towards that spawn, so they're kind of pinned inside this B site. So this quad flank could be huge for Loud.
They're trying to play the other side of the pillar right now. They still have one in heaven. The spawn fight's going to be huge. Timotino comes up with a swing, and he takes down Luke Show. Now they have a little bit of freedom to stay where they are in the site with heaven controlled. Big from Loud here. The util has to be perfect. They're trying to jump in and cause the bodies to break crosshairs as Darker comes up with the first kill. Loud still trying to light up the kill feed, but there's been a pause for cause. Is Erde now gets one. It's still traded back and forth as it just goes down to the last drop. It looks like he's going to get him to hatch the nade, and Timotino takes down Verdi with the paint shells.
Huge round for Timotino. First kill into the spawn, and also big damage with the paint shells inside that smoke. And activating another kill allows for him to get the second set of paint shells to deny that defuse. It all looks so good there for 100 Thieves again to activate back towards that spawn. You saw how much util was left here for 100 Thieves on the post plant.
Tim, wow, you're blowing them up. My rock star.
The paranoia word too from Bang, right? That was the first piece of util that stalled. Now Loud's looking to fight towards the A main.
Oh my.
Yep.
The blender. 100 Thieves just lay down the mouse one tactic, and it's going to be enough to take down the pushing members of Loud here, and they actually find right where Luke Show is immediately to squeeze into this one, and that's going to be 10 now for 100 Thieves. Loud must have an answer here.
And under these two, they had the small compositional change going into this map from, I think, the second time that they're playing this composition. Yeah. They switched out from Fade to play into the sky. Really want to get more value with the pop flashes from Vora, as you could see it being displayed throughout this map. But at the same time, you still have one way to scout with the dog instead of prowlers, and they got so much value. Went through the wall, spotted so much, and then Bang just sprays through that.
One enemy remains.
100 Thieves definitely playing with a bit of a new identity.
No one followed me. I'm so
Feeling
sad.
good. Switching some things up from map to map. As you see, Timotino's feeling good as well. And Bang recently said, over the Sentinels match specifically, that it showed them they had been too hesitant, nervous, and anxious in their gameplay, not confident. Now they're a lot more confident in the plays they're making here. It's starting off onto Verdi, a showstopper from Timotino. Oh, and he puts that right into the upper deck for Erde. Takes him down. 100 Thieves will have a safe site. Flawless, but 5 HP away from losing that with Vora. Fighting multiple fronts at once. Timotino is able to stop a few members from getting in. Another kill from Asuna here in mid. And they should just be able to source out the last member of Luke Show. 100 Thieves are in perfect form here as they look to continue their run in playoffs with just a few more rounds.
Dude, he just self-boosts on middle and then just plays 1v1 skirmishes.
He's going crazy. He's like, oh, I didn't see anybody there. Can I fight anybody behind me? Are you coming up to next to me? 3 for Timotino there as he gets one more.
And it was supposed to be a 2v1 skirmish pretty much there from the top of Mail. Yet Loud are still swinging one by one into a Spectre. That shouldn't have really been valuable there for Asuna. And I gotta say, I don't know what's wrong with Split now in 2026. It seems like Omens all love to teleport on top of those boxes on XX now, so it starts to become obvious here in the positioning. So that rocket got instant value. Erde falls, and so does the last timeout for Loud. Last 100 Thieves, so they're looking to play this fairly slowly. They're expecting, coming out from a timeout, that Loud should be a little bit more explosive here. I think the aggression should be coming for the info on the top of that A ramp as they're pushing both the Sky and the Raze at that spot. Verde is just playing the little off angle to watch down in a tight line into the B main from the top of garbage boxes.
Clear. Quick space gain here. Let's see what 100 Thieves is talking about while they execute this.
He's in mid.
Yeah.
We high-low. I post
Wait, I'm worried about flash.
That's fine, yeah, I meant to.
I think NDA is good. He dogged all of the mid.
Actually, can't flash here.
I like just freezing mid.
Go.
Keep me on the
Keep this
right.
ready, ding.
1 second. Nothing. Let me clear
Yeah,
right.
clear right, my right, only to mid. we pump B, Evan? Can we get a smoke to
Yeah,
here?
Z.
I'm not holding Van. I want to room out, okay?
Can you flash this close?
Let me room out. Let me room out. Wait, wait, wait.
I'm worried about shotgun.
I want end A. I want end A 3A split. Come back to A, guys. Come back to A. Come back to A.
Yeah.
Man with mine, you guys can go.
Omen blinded.
Can we drop together now?
There's
Come back,
two.
guys. Come back.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna wall up.
I'm jumping, right? I'm jumping now. I have blind wall.
Very communal. You saw even at the moment there they wanted to flash, they wanted to smoke, and Timatino said, wait, let me boom bot. All that happening now is Cryos pushes the other side of the map with a bit of calm that he's going to be making a move and the rest of the team can waterfall into sight. Hasana doesn't stop it. Possible game point here as the last two members of Erday and Verdi creep in. It's looking more and more like it's going to be that situation. The crossfire here, unbreakable for Timatino and team. 100 Thieves, 12-4 now. Another flawless round in the series and game point to move on in playoffs.
You can still see the different types of play style from different teams here in the Americas when they're trying to clear space, when they're stalling and then looking. The prime example is G2 on this very map. Remember, their comms were 3-2-1, 3-2-1, and then they're all triple swinging. This time around, it's like, I'm going to clear mail, the other one's watching top heaven. I got your mid. So they're all still individual peeking one by one. And when Vora is actually calling for the rotate back onto the A side, Timatino is still holding out towards mail and then finally saying, yeah, I'm coming. So there's still a little bit of like miscomms or timings to allow 100 Thieves to have cleaner pushes to how they're working that map. But then again, at the end of the day, they still got the round. They still won their duels. They're still dominating loud in this series.
What a push here from Luke Show, just trying to figure out what is behind enemy lines right now. He's like, why haven't I heard or seen anybody? Well, there's an action behind him right now. And he might be able to get a really nice frag here. One quick kill, second one couldn't be lined up as Vora puts that to sleep. This is already great pressure from Loud. Oh, the timing. Darker thought he had a moment. The rest of 100 Thieves ready to just jump into A site at a moment's notice here. If Bang might give a bit more info.
Yeah, and they're pinging too in case of a push.
There it is.
But now they realize that the push never went towards spawn. He sees the judge, even does the damage onto Erday. 17 HP left. And now TPing with the rest of their group to entry towards the A site. This might be the final nail in the coffin here to end the series.
Just keeping Loud looking across the map with these three members to find a kill, and now all four of 100 Thieves easily enter in to set up a garrison here to keep themselves moving on in this playoff.
Still two flashes Kawadin though. This could be huge for the retake as they're doubling up towards this ramp. Him and Verdi.
Timatino, first contact for the rest of the site to activate, and he's feeling good about it. He'll get double swung here. He actually sees one gun, almost able to take out Verdi, and Loud need to make everything count at this point. It's up to Verdi. No, it's going to be up to Erday, and Vora comes up with another triple kill on the series. 100 Thieves take victory, and 100 Thieves will move on to the playoffs.
A 13-4 victory in the